Hey everybody, truck driver Sean here. So I made a little mistake. And I want to apologize first off to Eric Laboga. Um, I haven't talked to him since all this stuff has been going on with having a hard time collecting pieces to be able to build things like amps and pedals and cell phones and everything else. There's a supply chain problem, right? So when there's a supply chain problem, people you get your supplies from start to raise prices just based on the fact they can, because there ain't shit you can do about it. So with this amp, the Laboga Mr. Hector, I said you could get that for $1,400 or $1,500 USD. I apologize. It is $1,600 because transformers, tubes, all that stuff right now is extremely hard to come by. And that's something that obviously Eric didn't want to raise a price on it, but he had to. It's a business. He can't give away everything. He does have to make a profit so he can resupply, rebuild. And unfortunately, until the supply chain issue resolves itself, no matter what you buy, look at the Mexican EVH stuff jumped up to $300. I mean, it's a real thing. There's nothing you can do about it. You have some companies that are very fortunate and have stocked up for years, not knowing all this was going to happen, and they're able to keep their prices. But even some of them companies are raising their prices to keep it in what they call the fair market. There's nothing fair about it. If you already have the supplies, it ain't costing you nothing extra, you fucking assholes. Stop charging us extra. You know what I'm saying? But I get it. I understand it. But unfortunately, Eric's a very small company. The Laboga is not huge. They're not pumping out thousands of amps every day and have people on retainer to make sure they have all these parts to build the amps. It's a build to order type situation. You order your amp, he builds it. It's how it goes. So, just please, I apologize. You're going to hear in the video coming up, I say 1,400 at one point in time. I believe I say 1,500 at another time, maybe even 1,300 because my brain is just shuffled. But it is $1,600 USD. All right. So for anybody who I have said previously a different price, I just didn't know the prices had changed, and that's on me. That's not as much on Eric as it is on me. I should have, checked before I made my video, but I didn't. So again, Eric, if you're watching this, I apologize to my subscribers and people watching this video that's going to hear that 15 friggin' times me giving out the wrong price. I apologize profusely. I had no idea. And just in conversation after I've already made the video, and I was talking to Eric about it, and he's like, the price has gone up, Sean. Oh, shit. So here you go. Now you know. But still, at $1,600, nothing in that price range touches this thing. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. All right. Don't believe me? If you're anywhere near the Joplin, Missouri area and you want to try my Laboga, please hit me up. I've always got time, as long as I'm home. Do drive a truck across the country, so if I'm not home, I can't help your ass. All right. Thank you, everybody. Enjoy the video coming up. Lots of metal riffs and craziness, showing all the cool sounds you can get from that beautiful Mr. Hector over my left shoulder over here. All right? Very cool. See you in the video. Later! All right, everybody, what's going on? It's me, truck driver Sean. I've been getting a ton of questions, like an epic shit ton of questions about this right here. This lovely specimen, the Laboga Mr. Hector. So let's talk about it real quick. And yes, I've done a review of it, so this is not going to be a review. It's just going to kind of be like a let's check in with a Mr. Laboga, since I've had it for a little while. And I got to say, this amp fucking slays. I mean, literally. I know tiers go from top to bottom, but I do mine bottom to top. My favorite amp will always be this Republic X amp. Oh my god, that amp is, for what I do, absolutely perfect. My next favorite is the Laboga Mr. Hector. The one you can't see, the one that everybody's going to go, oh! It's the Obsidian by Omega. None of these amps are shit, okay? It just happens to be, which ones do I gravitate first? And the Laboga is great. So let's talk about what you get with it. Pretty simple stuff. You actually, I shouldn't say pretty simple, because what you're getting essentially is 2 amps with 2 different variations in each amp. Let me explain. All right. If I had a keyboard, I would do what Hair Metal Greg does. Amp, what the hell? Because that's fucking funny. If you don't watch his channel, tune into his shit, because he's hilarious. He's absolutely funny. He's probably one of my, I don't know how I stumbled onto him. Man, am I glad I did. Go check his shit out. So you have a tube amp and you have a solid state amp in one amp. Let me explain. For all you out there that don't understand, that could be 2 amps. So right now we're in the tube. So now we're going to turn over and we're going to go to the solid state. As you can tell right off the bat, they're not hugely dissimilar, but very distinct. So sometimes, if you're like me, you grew up when like solid state was kind of horseshit, and there was just a couple really good ones. Like Randall actually killed the solid state game. I just did. If you don't think so, listen to Cowboys from Hell, Vulgar Display of Power, Far Beyond Driven, Pantera Records. That's a Randall solid state. That's right. So fuck off if you don't think a solid state can do a good job. But you have both amps inside this amp. So also, you have a mid switch, which takes you from the automatic scooped mid, to where you can control your mids a little bit more for modern sound. So right now we're on the solid state, so I'm going to play around with that for a little bit, and then we'll be right back. For those of you thinking, oh my god, that's kind of jarring. Well, yeah, it is. So they give you this nice little thing up here called the bright switch, all right? Which, by the way, works just as well in the clean section. But I'm not here to talk about the cleans. I will show you just because, you know, people want to know. But we're going to turn that bright off, all right? Here we go.
So yeah, there you go. Very simple. It explains it. You get a lot of tones. That was just on the solid state. So we're going to unwind everything and we're going to put it back on the tube and show you what it sounds like with the tube. Then because I'm an asshole, we'll switch between tube and solid state between a couple of those settings just to give you an idea of what the spectrum of sound you get from this one head. I haven't even told you the best part about this head yet, all right? Seriously. If you're in this far and you're like, oh, this guy's dragging on, trust me, just skip to the end so you can hear it because it's worth your time. All right. And subscribe to my shit, you piece of shit. I'm talking to you, you motherfucker. Subscribe. All right. So let's undo everything. We're going to go to Tube City. All right. So here we go with what it sounds like with the tube with the mid dropped. It means the switch to the left means it's not active. And the bright active. All right, here we go. So now we're gonna flip some of those switches, all right? We're gonna flippy, flippy, switchy, switchy. All right, as you can see, she goes with the tube, it goes straight to like that modern metal tone really easily. Obviously, the gain is barely over half. So you can dial that gain back and get a ton. When I say a ton, I mean a ton of gain. If you need to be super saturated, go for you. So with the bright on, bright off, in the mid, you got to see it. So what we're going to do now, we're literally going to take the modern setting, which is what it's on right now. It's kind of like the modern setting. We're going to play a little bit, and then we're going to switch it between tube would be the first thing you hear, then solid state. All right, here we go. All right, so as you can see, there's a difference, but it's so slight. So if you let a really rounded amp, you got it. And here we come to like all the cool little information. I did promise you that clean channel. So before I get into that cool information, before the internet starts to like boo-hoo like a little bitch, let me show you that clean channel. All right. There, can't say I didn't give you nothing, all right? Okay, so this amp right here, you have 50 watt mode, which is what I've been using today because I'm in a bedroom. I don't need the 100 watt mode because it would just blow the window out of the fucking wall. This is a powerful amp. Matter of fact, the guy who I heard about it from, Luis Torres, I don't even think he uses his on 100 watt, and he's getting a basement. So it's loud, like loud. So you have a choice between 50 and 100 watts, which means you can use it in your room, you can use it for a live gig. You have a DI out on the back, so you can go straight to the front of the house. You don't have to lug a cab unless you want stage volume, right? So you got that. You have an effects loop you can turn on and off. And it's a clean ass effects loop, all right? And here comes the great part. So you got the solid state amp, you got the tube amp, you got 50 watt, you got 100 watt. You have an effects loop you can turn on and off. You can use if you want to, you don't have to if you don't want to. You got a clean channel, you got a dirty channel. Both those channels are active on both the tube and the solid state side. All right? They're both available in 50 and 100 watt. Pretty awesome, right? You think, wow, that's an awful lot of shit. Man, that's going to be an expensive amp. And that's where you're wrong. And this is what I don't understand. Why this amp isn't bigger than the devil, I have no idea. For less than $1,400 US currency, you can own that amp. Brand new from Laboga. That's right. Brand new. Less than a 5153. Way less than any of the boutique amps. And it is a boutique amp, in my opinion. It is built well. It's immaculate. It's built with high-end components. The guy's a crazy man. He could charge a lot more for that. I'm serious. The amp is that fucking good. I didn't even touch on exactly everything it does. You put a boost pedal on this thing. It's, holy shit, is it gnarly as hell. But I've been getting a lot of questions about it, so I figured I'd do a little video. And none for nothing, the owner, Eric Laboga, he is an awesome dude. Serious. That guy is legit a good guy. And anytime I can pimp his product and help him out, I will do so. Guess what? Because I'm stupid, I forgot to tell you something. Not only do you have a 50, 100 watt solid state tube, you also have high and low inputs. Yeah, forgot all about that. Because I only use a high input because if you're going to be a dick, be a gorilla, right? Gorilla dick all the way. Yeah. Okay. Gear used today, a PRS Wood Library Mark Tremonti. Fortin 2x12, which you can't see because it's over there, all mic'd up all sexy with a $15 pile mic, which is why my stuff probably sounds like shit. I do have an SM57. Just got it, man. Look at that bad motherfucker right there. I got a real one, so you can stop bitching. I just haven't hooked it up yet. Could have done it today, I guess. It's too lazy. I was making a quiche, and I did this real quick. That's right. I left Booty Call Becky keeping an eye on my quiche. I'm not saying I don't trust her, but I need to go check on the quiche, so y'all gonna have to fuck off right now, alright? Subscribe to my shit. Check out Laboga Amps. I mean, yeah, they're awesome. Before when you ask, like, why are you using a Porton cab? Why not a Laboga cab? Alright, money tight, son. And I have like a bunch of really good cabs, so if I didn't have any cabs, I would have one of his. I trust anything that comes out of the Laboga cab. After getting this, I'm sorry, that's just a fantastic piece of gear. And for $1,300 US currency, $1,400, whatever it is, buy it. You will not be upset. You play country, blues, rock, metal, doom, it does it all. This thing makes riff salads. All right? It just does. Riff fuckery gone wild. It's an amazing fucking amp. It really is. All right. Thank you all for tuning in. Huge shout out to Greg over at Shred Ain't Dead. Love that guy. Luis Torres, as always, my brother from another mother. It's good seeing you putting some videos back out, man, and rehashing some stuff and getting out there. Kind of helped me inspire to do this, in a matter of fact. So yeah, keep an eye on those guys, all right? All right. Later, man. Be good to one another. Bring metal to the children. Keep music evil, and don't be a dick.